Gympie is situated approximately 1.5 hours north of Brisbane. A collective identity of a small farming town has been ascribed to it. A controversial issue affecting the Gympie community recently was that of the proposed Traveston Crossing Dam. About 3 years ago, the Queensland Government put forth its plan to build a dam across the Mary River at Traveston in the Gympie Shire. At the time, the southeast of Queensland was facing a severe water shortage, with unprecedented water restrictions being enforced. Traveston Dam was going to boost the supply of water to the entire southeast of Queensland. In doing so, the construction of the dam would submerge 3,055 hectares of prime agricultural land and displace its approximately 900 landowners. Environmental factors included looking at changes to the habitat of the endangered Mary River cod, the vulnerable Mary River tortoise, and the Australian lungfish. There were also issues surrounding the physical specifications of the dam. There were questions on the suitability of the soil to hold water, and a concern with evaporation on such a shallow dam. As you can see, there were various issues to the proposed dam, from the positives of delivering vitally needed water to the general population and possible economic and infrastructure improvements and tourism potential in the Gympie region, to the negatives of the displacement of the existing inhabitants, the submerging of prime agricultural land, and the ecological sustainability of the project. It is evident that there are binary opposite views on this project. That is, there are people in favour of the dam, those opposing it, as well as, of course, views in between. If we take this event as a teaching point, it has the ability to expose and educate students on the subject of difference and tolerance. I'm enrolled in a secondary education course, and so shall look at some activities that I would put forth for students in the higher grades. Initially, I would see benefit from focusing on the facts of the event rather than the emotional side of the project. I would split the class up into groups to research the facts from the various aspects of the project. That is, each group could be given a specific area to focus their research. One group could be given the subject water as a resource and can look at the water needs of the population, the existing capacities of the current water infrastructure, and how the Traveston Dam could supply extra water for it. Another group could look at ecological considerations, how the project would affect the Mary River cod, the Mary River tortoise, and the Australian lungfish. Others could look at alternatives to dams, desalination, what other countries, states, cities do for their water supply. Each group could then present their findings to the whole class so everyone can see the whole picture. Now that students might have a better understanding of the dam project, it would be a good time to introduce the idea of different ways of thinking about it, about seeing a project through binary opposing views. The class could be put into debating groups. I would see value in having a number of debates with smaller groups of children. This could assist in showing a variety of argumentative tactics on both sides. The debrief of the debate events would be twofold. Firstly, to look at the binary opposites and discuss the opposing opinions and gain an understanding and acceptance of differing viewpoints from opposing sides. Secondly, to look at different viewpoints of teams on the same side. That is, two teams may debate against the dam, but they may focus on different rationale and reasons for their argument. These discussions would support the concept of thinking differently and gain an empathetic understanding of the other. By this stage, the students should be getting a better understanding of the different sides of the issue, that in fact different points of view have merit and reason and worth consideration. To expand further on this concept of thinking holistically about an issue, I would create a quasi-society within the class, allocating students to different roles. For example, first-year Brisbane residents, local farmers that would be displaced by the dam, as well as small businessmen, through to ecologists, and even government positions. We would focus on different gatherings on various groups and how they deal with and attempt to persuade the government on their decision. The overall aim would be for the government to make a decision on the construction of the dam and for all parties to understand the reasons why. Throughout the event, students would need to be tolerant of a diverse range of viewpoints, acknowledge difference, and to accept and learn of the other. As a final sum-up, Each child would write a short paper about the project, not about the physical nature or facts about the dam, but on the emotional. They would need to write about the needs, wants and feelings of, say, 3 different parts of the society that the dam would have affected, maybe touching on some reasons why they believe this particular section of the community would have felt the way they did, and in their conclusion maybe look to themselves introspectively and sum up where they stand on the Traveston Crossing Dam axes of identity. I believe a series of structured activities like this will bring an understanding of the importance of the other and support the concept of how to empathise with others and to place one in the other's shoes, to see that your way of thinking is not the only way, and to be tolerant and to accept and appreciate diversity and that differences are not deficit.